Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we slice open the biggest movies and show you exactly what makes them tick. And today we're diving into Sam Raimi's wild, gory, darkly hilarious survival thriller Send Help, the 2026 hit starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien that had theaters packed with people screaming, laughing, and covering their eyes at the same time. So if you haven't seen it yet, then take my word as spoiler alert. Because we're talking full plot recap, every twist, and a deep dive on that savage ending. So buckle up, because this island story starts as a corporate revenge fantasy, and ends as something way darker. So first, let's see the setup. Like Rachel McAdams plays Linda Liddle, a brilliant but socially awkward strategy executive at Preston Strategic Solutions. And for 7 years she's been grinding, living alone with her pet bird, binge-watching Survivor, and reading every survival book she can find. But the late CEO promised her the VP job, until his cocky, Nepo baby son Bradley Preston, played by a perfectly slimy Dylan O'Brien, takes over. Bradley immediately hands the promotion to his frat bro buddy Donovan, and plans to sideline Linda forever. So when she finally snaps and confronts him, Bradley's actually impressed by her spine. And in a half-assed attempt to shut her up, he invites her on the company's private jet to Bangkok for a big merger deal. So on the flight, Donovan cruelly plays Linda's secret Survivor audition tape for the whole plane to laugh at. But then disaster strikes. Like a massive storm rips the jet apart in spectacular and in Raimi-style gore, heads exploded against windows, and bodies shredded. Well, only Linda and Bradley survive, washing up on a tiny, uncharted island in the Gulf of Thailand. Actually, Bradley's got a nasty leg injury, and Linda in her element. She helps him, builds a shelter, starts a fire, spears fish, sets traps, all while quoting cheesy survival mantras. At first it looks like a classic power flip, where the boss who treated her like dirt now has to follow her orders just to stay alive. And they actually start to bond a little, where Bradley even seems almost human. But the island is brutal, food runs low, paranoia sets in, and old resentments bubble up, where we see Bradley still the same arrogant jerk underneath. Because one night he tries to poison Linda's food and sneak away on a makeshift raft. Well, the raft falls apart in the waves and he washes right back, beaten, humiliated, and furious. And from here, Linda's revenge is vicious and psychological. She paralyzes him for a day, stages a fake castration scene that had the whole theater gasping, and basically turns him into her prisoner. Actually, the power dynamic keeps flipping like a Raimi horror flick. 1 minute you're rooting for Linda, the next you're wondering if she's the real monster. But suddenly, rescue shows up. Actually, Bradley's fiancée Zuri and a local Thai boat captain arrive on the island looking for survivors. And for Linda, this is the worst possible news. Because she have tasted real power for the first time in her life. And going back means returning to her old invisible existence, the one where she was stepped on every day. So she makes a choice. Like while Bradley's distracted, Linda murders both Zuri and the innocent captain, shoving them off a cliff in cold blood. She hides the bodies and lies to Bradley that no one came. But unexpectedly Bradley found Zuri's engagement ring, so he confronts Linda, and a brutal fight broke out. Where later Bradley stumbles across the one part of the island Linda deliberately kept him away from, where he sees a fully stocked luxury mansion hidden in the jungle. Actually, it turns out the island wasn't completely deserted after all. And Linda knew it the whole time. She could have lived in comfort and radioed for help weeks ago, but she chose this nightmare instead. Well, the final confrontation is pure chaos, like a bloody, knockdown, drag-out fight across the beach. And in the luxury house, Bradley begs for his life. He swears he's changed, that he loves her, that they can stay on the island together forever. So as Linda gets distracted, Bradley took her shotgun and tried to shoot her, but to his surprise, the gun was empty. Actually, Linda doesn't buy a single word from him from the beginning. And she picks up the one thing that represents everything she used to hate about him, a golf club. And she beats him to death with it. Later, we smash cut to 1 year later, where we see Linda is rescued, the lone survivor of the crash. Actually, she spins an incredible heroic story. Like a brave corporate woman survives against all odds while her boss tragically didn't make it. And the world literally eats it up. She writes best-selling self-help books about saving yourself instead of waiting for help. She becomes the new CEO of the very company that once ignored her. And now she's rich, famous, and drives around in a luxury car with her pet bird. So in the final shot, we understand as Linda tees up a golf ball on a pristine green, smiles at the camera, and drives off into the sunset. Actually, she has literally become the privileged, entitled monster she once despised. The woman who started the movie begging for respect ends it with having taken everything by force, and she loving every second of it. Yes, that's the genius of the ending. It's not just revenge drama, it's a brutal mirror. Linda didn't just escape the island, she escaped her old self. And in doing so, she became everything she hated. So in this movie, Sam Raimi and the writers asked you one simple question. When the world finally gives you power, what kind of person will you choose to be? So tell me, did you root for Linda? Or did the ending make you feel a little sick? Drop your thoughts in the comments.